Godsent seemed to be much more willing to get aggressive collectively early on rather than using individuals like VP was doing. Farlig now moving inwards. Axa looking to intercept. Crystal moves in, gets that first bullet headshot, looks for more, spots out the man, and it's straight in for the plant. Doesn't even wait for Farlig to clear him out, which he does do so, and it's a 3v5. CTs on the back lines and forced even further back. It's just a whitewash, not a single player loss on Godsent. A-side split. Now, the Pop Dog players need to be very careful. There's 3 of them coming in because Nafani is going to have the ability to maybe drop the bomb. And if that comes in, the backup that there is behind these trains is going to be too much for the Pop Dog players to deal with. Axel's taking first contact. Nafani's already down in the meanwhile. Inters is the only one to respond, and he's done so fantastically. Finds himself 3 kills, and Stiko, being as low as he is, could be the next casualty. However, Farlig will bring it back to a 2v2. Bomb still out of control for these players, and Farlig, who moves out, had a knife in his hands, and by the time he's pulled out the AK...
In heaven does change things quite significantly, but Stiko, he has picked up the first kill, gets the AUG, realizes that trying to find the player this late into the round ticking out, but Madden is trying to get the equalizer. Axel takes a few scraps, but at the end of the day, he ends up coming out on top. Farlig looks to respond, but as the bomb is recovered, Gambit youngsters, they will be facing the equalizer. Zen taking a bit of a scratch, but the B side is up for grabs.
And Stiko is the one who's got his hand around its neck. Stiko takes away Hobbit's life. The bomb can now be planted guaranteed. Shiro, by the time he rotates over, it's already a question of, hey, do we just want to save? And I start to wonder, is this going to be the story of the game again? Stiko does go down later on, rather. And Axel will get to save the AK-47. Shiro as well, circling around. Axel gets yet another. Farlig is now starting to reconsider as the CT side will be allowed to save 2 weapons and have enough money to actually drop 2 more. So this should be a force buy coming in. You know, this guy is so damn explosive, and he's still trying to fight away with them. Why is he so confident? Why are they not punishing him? Stiko, who's getting all the way back into 1.6. Bomb will be planted. Crystal, rather, is taken down in the meanwhile. Stiko and Zen fighting back, doing what they can. Stiko's positioning is fantastic. He will be spotted out soon, but when he peeks, it's into a double. And Zen is running away back to Pop Dog, if I'm not wrong, and this should be an impossible round considering Shiro's positioning.
Oh yeah, off of one AK being dropped and Hobbit being able to recover it, the round falls apart, but it's still a 10-second defuse, so I wouldn't be surprised if Zen goes for a final little gambit here. Oh, he's swinging out wide. He gets the lineup. That's the defuse being denied. Zen, the big brain boy, is able to get the 5th round for Godsent. How nicely played was that to wait it out for the longest time. Now, Godsent going for an early smoke to try to allow them more mobility onto the A side, but Nafani, he's actually managed to spot out Stiko. Not much damage will come off of this, but Axel in the meantime is making havoc happen on A. Shiro does manage to get a shot in. Zen, quick little taps. He's having a really good performance already, but Axel will peek into him, even picks up his AK, and that'll all be down to Stiko. The bomb is out in the open. No Man's Land is the name of the game at this point, and switching over to the AK just a little too slow.
Smoke and Molly comes in. Inters is still playing a very important angle, but Shiro's the big one with the AWP. Once Crystal's taken down, Shiro needs to back off and start defending this Ivy position as well, because you've already had Godsent sending a player through. That's Zen, and we've seen how deadly he can be when he's given this much room to work with. Hobbit's position is known to Zen, and that's a 3v3 that's been ascertained. Zen will now block off the Z connector. They re-smoked the side of Ivy, and they're moving all the way back to the B bomb site, but they're doing it through CT spawn. So Axel, who has rotated over, and Farlig's found the kill onto Inters, a 3v2, which will all come down to whether Axel can find the kill. Axel drops down, Zen will fall, Axel's repositioned around the bomb train, but the bomb's being planted. The Molotov, however, would have been fantastic, but Farlig is just covering the tracks of Martin. It's a 2v1. I don't think Shiro goes for this.
The commitment hasn't come out just yet. Flashbang will eventually go through. This has allowed Shiro enough time to come through from the back lines, but the smoke is still there, which will make it very hard to defend. Bomb starts to go down, and it's already a 5 versus 5 retake. Time is ticking down, and Modern is in an amazing position, which he is not able to capitalize on. Enters, swings out wide. And the retake might be taking a little too long. Now, Farley missing a few shots might just be the key they need, but Zen has responded, Zen has retaliated, and Zen will be the sole defender here. He's trying to tap away, but Nafani in the back lines is a little too much for him, but the bomb...
It's gonna go off. And while you almost always want to use your molly early if your players are going for a faster rotation. Sorry, a slower rotation rather, because you need the extra time. Now though, they've started off very aggressively, finding 2 early picks, and this could be Gambit youngsters' small little breath of life.
Farlig might have to get it done solo because he's already in Olaf and he knows where Inters is playing off of. Does get a cute little tap in, and Zen in the meanwhile has opened up the B bomb site as well. So that's 2 kills going the way of Godsent in a fashion that should just not be expected. But Nafani is still alive and kicking, and he's playing from a position where it should be relatively easy for him to find the duel should Farlig end up peeking. But he's playing this in a very conservative way. He's allowing his team to have the mobility to get onto the A side, but in the meantime, Hobbit, he's looking to make a bit of a play of his own. He's trying to creep up on the short ladder, but with the way Godsent is playing this, they're playing it to perfection because Farlig has peeked out. He's created the space for his team, but Hobbit is trying to retaliate. 1 versus 2.
1v2. Hobbit has to get out the full 4K should he want to close it out. He's been spotted. They know he's not moved back to connector as well. So they've got a smoke, they've got a Molotov, they've got everything they need, and it's Farlig to put a cherry on top. The team's sort of falling apart around what Godsent is doing, and Martin now so aggressive. He's already out, but he doesn't get the duel. Nafani instead comes out on top. It's a 5v3 because Axel's gotten himself a little nudge in with the elbow, and with it, can they start to clutch this out?
They've done this before, and Farlig is in a great position because he's already crept past the smoke and sandwich, and Zen should be able to isolate a duel as well. Axel's barrel is spotted, but his teammate is there for the cover. Zen now looking to potentially find a duel against Shiro, who this time does not have an AWP for the one-shot kill over towards Ivy. Crystal finds one. Zen tries to turn around, but Shiro's already done the damage, and Axel is able to chip in, help out his teammate there.
But Zen tapping away, can't find anything until Hobbit is caught in the last shot. Still, bombs planted, it's gone down. Zen's trying to aggress forward early on to make sure his teammate has a bit more space, and Zen's found Axel as well. It's suddenly a 5v3, and with the retake coming in full force, the man to keep an eye out for will be Martin, who's coming in from the back lines. The players in highway and from the default side should be taking the deal with him early on. Martin's been locked out, but it's still a 4v2 on this side. Shiro finds 2 though, brings it back to a 3v2 on the side itself. Martin and Farlig though chime in simultaneously, and Inters is left alone, but he simply can't get the job done. Farlig still has the kit.
Yeah, this could be a disaster for Gambit. How does this end up working out for them? Flashes and Molotovs will eventually roll out. The players from Highway moving in first, but Farlig is able to find the shot with the AUG. Madden chimes in as well, but because Zen doesn't have a better weapon, he's unable to find a kill. 2 versus 2. The retake ensues. Bomb should be planted. Crystal not checking the angle, but he's still able to flick away with the MP9, and it all comes down to Nafani. Galil in hand, 2 opposing angles, and 1 duel too many. Godsent, great little retake.
It looks like this will work out for them. Molotov goes out, forces out one of the players. He's isolated entirely. Axel trying to go down the low way quickly, but he's going to be isolated soon enough. Farlig is waiting for him, takes him down. Flashbang is popped out, but that leads to the death of Zen. Martin does the lead off of it and get 1 more, and he's still chasing around the block. Martin not able to connect onto Nafani, and he's traded away. Crystal's now in a 1v3. Does he want to save at this point? Wouldn't mind seeing that. Molotov comes in behind him. Gambit youngsters so far, all of them very low outside of Shiro, and even he, should he miss a shot, I mean, that's an AWP, that's a death coming in for you. So it's theoretically doable. Crystal finds the first, switches out for the AK, smokes off the bomb as well. So all you need to find in these next 10 seconds is the kill onto Hobbit. He goes for the fake defuse, the AWP shot was not
sticking it.
The Glock isn't doing much either, but Hobbit comes in from the side. The AK-47 will get the job done. And with that,
now, Godsent, Madden being sent up the ladder early. Ooh, the nade is perfect. He might just be sandwiched in here. Nafani, they're hot on his tracks. Axel, nasty little flick, but Farlig is trying to defend on from the A site. should smoke it out for himself so he can have a bit better of an angle. Does get tagged up quite heavily in the process, but Zen is there to chime in. Farley still looking to find a duel. He's unable to find it. Nafani ends up winning out, and it comes down to a 1-on-2. Axel, no bullets on him, and he'll end up losing the round.
Chiro fighting back, early aggression again. They're trying to go for a spawn-based pick, and it is Inters to find one of the Seeker, but the trade is instant as Hobbit will fall. Smoke comes out as well from Crystal. He's isolating out these duels. Grenade will funnel them in. Great damage on it. Flashbang to come through as well. Crystal is playing these boys like a fiddle, but Shiro is a fiddle that fights back. Martin, now with the AWP scoped in, has got Farlig in the backlines too. However, you're still going to see Inters trying to come in from the side. He connects with a shot. Inters gets his second, and Farlig will be the next casualty of war. And Farlig, hey, he's just been wrecked. That was a great shot from Inters coming out.
Oh yeah,
where I said he's quieted down, he's right back. Just holding very passively. He's aware of this possibility. Stiko will fall. Farlig around the corner is going to be checked surely very soon. Nafani's here as well, playing the anti-flash. Nafani will be around the corner, and he gets the trade. Brilliant stuff, but Modern still keeping things equal. And now that all three players have weapons, Zen just pushed in. He's not afraid of anything. And with it, Crystal has himself that scout. Flashbang will come through. Shiro and Axel have got to save the day in ways that they are not prepared for. That will fall. Shiro to go with, and there you have it, Modern.
And it should allow his teammates to move in, but Hobbit, he's found the first duel, tries to spray away for the second. Inters chimes in, and they should be able to close it out. But Modern, he's playing off of the train. Zen, his Molotov will do work even long after he's dead, but Modern is just torn apart the round for Gambit. Youngsters is all down to Shiro. He's found the first frag, but he needs to contend with Farlig, who still has an AK, and he's fully healthy. The bomb.
Yeah, this is all Farlig all day long. Farlig has not got the sight, though, and Shiro will be able to pull off a little bit as a Zen trick on his own.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Quick little kills coming in. Crystal's got himself the second. Is this just a repeat? What is happening? There's 40 seconds. The T's don't have time. And the T's don't have lives. Crystal is balling out of control, and Hobbit's got to start rolling him backwards. Nafani at least brings it back to a 2v2, but there's plenty of time for the CTs to make their way in. Zen doesn't have armor, which could be a difference maker, but Zen's found the first. Nafani's position is almost certainly known. Is that there is no kit, and that means that Godsent has to stick it and keep it stuck on right there, and they're checking both angles. Zen might be able to get the timing. Crystal's gone down, and they don't have time. With that, Nafani wins them the round, but again, so close. He can get even one kill. This becomes incredibly dangerous. Instead, they switched around. The full push coming inwards. Nafani is going to be able to be catching off one man at least, but Zen's just baited them in. He's got one right there. Crystal is the one to get the second. Modern and a 1v3 will not get anything done. For a second there, I thought that was all funny. 45 seconds on the clock is not really much to rotate back towards the B-bomb site, but smoke comes in. This could be a push from Stiko. Stiko's gone through. He's found the first. He's looking for more. Switches out, pulls out the molly, but that's sort of grenade you want to have in your hand. And it's Axel to find two. One through the smoke, and Zen now has to lead up and follow through. Martin will have Farlig assist him, but he's been spotted out. Zen has gotten another in the meanwhile. Martin will be able to trail back and take down Shiro's life, and Inters is now finding a 1v3 back to 2. 18 seconds on the clock. He's got the bomb as well as a flashbang that he's chucked out happily, but Zen is right around the corner waiting.
The money for a full buy, but Gambit, they need to get across this checkpoint first. Nafani, he's made it a little bit easier. Axel is aggressing forward as well. Modern, however, playing the static position off of the A site, is looking to get more. He gets the second as well. Shiro will fall. The opposing offer unable to find the duel. Zen chimes in as well. Modern has already picked up 3, but he needs to get one more fight over towards the bomb site itself. Inters has found the angle. And it all comes down to Crystal. 1 versus 2. MP9 in hand, and the bomb will be planted. Inters is looking for the duel. The information is there for both players, but Crystal is unable to land the shots. Gambit youngsters got very, very dicey there.
Farlig moves backwards already. This could be The wrong decision, and yeah, they're coming from behind. Axel finds the kill. Farlig is expected. Crystal will get one, yes, but it's still a 4v4, and the teams have taken over. They're trying to move in. Zen and Crystal have fallen. A single round is all Gambit youngsters needed to fight for overtime, and it seems like it is practically guaranteed. Martin and Stiko against the world. They have to go for this. No kits on them. Molotov blocking their path. It's all about firepower, and the firepower is in Inter's hands. 1v2 on the duel itself. He gets out both, and it's a 15-15. However many teams Crystal may have led, but it's all up to them now. Nafani is moving in aggressively. He's moved past the sandwich. He's been smoked off. Farlig's found the first. It's Hobbit to fall, but Axel responds in light. Crystal's position is known, and Nafani punishes. Stiko will have to aggress forward soon. The flashbang is not there to help him out, so he has to get this kill the old-fashioned way. Both these players relatively low. Stiko's got the angle advantage, but Axel gets the flick, and with that, Gambit youngsters overwhelm and overrun.
There will be a Molotov to come out for Ivy. Start to give Godsent a little bit more space to work with, but with the way Axel is playing, he should be able to avoid the flash. Shiro misses the first shot, but Axel is not able to capitalize. Shiro looking around these trains. He's caught in between a rock and a hard place, and Godsent has found the first two duels, and it might be Inters to intercept. Unfortunately, gets caught out as well.
Yeah, Crystal. Oh, Hobbit's found one, but it's just Martin and Zen to... The smoke will start to dissipate. The T's are setting up for this. Hobbit's been taken down. He's the only defender there. Shiro in the back of the site will at least prevent the man from moving past. Inters even comes in with another. Crystal, who was waiting for the late lurk, will fall. Shiro coming around the corner, will miss his shot and reveals his position because of it. That gives Farlig and company a chance. Martin playing around this bomb train again. Farlig's pulled out the deagle. Farlig's going for a fight, which he cannot get. Martin has to bring in this 1v4. Gets the first, turns around, knows where Nafani is, but the duel will not be won. 18-18.
They find the first duel, but it seems to be a bit of a fake here. They're coming back to the A-bomb site. They've taken their time, but that's also allowed Hobbit to reposition up close. Tico finds the duel. Axel is burning up. His position has been given up. He tries to go for the spray transfer. It doesn't amount to much. Nafani has to hold this line down solo, but he only has 20 points of health, and he will be consumed by the fire. Shiro now tagged down to 20, unable to find the duel initially when he's trying to go for the bomb plant. He'll be left to his lonesome. 1v4 being brought to 1 versus none.
And we saw this before as well. Nafani on Popdog can be deadly, but Shiro, it's all down to you, my friend. He will miss that first shot. Crystal swings out wide, and yes, he's traded, but he's allowed the kill. Flashbang forces Shiro back too.
Axel just cannot second guess himself right now. If he looks away, that would be the duel being lost. Zen will fall, and now they have to aggress forward. Mountain will be the second man to come through, and Axel misses a spray. That's the ace site being somewhat given up, but Shiro is still on the case. 15 seconds on the clock. The double Molotovs will come out, and Shiro will have to eventually swing out wide, but he's waiting for his teammates' flashbang. That comes through. Shiro doesn't move in just yet, and will they smoke? They've actually gotten the bomb down somehow. Farlig with his eagle is trying to find something, but Nafani
could have been cut off should Stiko start spraying in to the smoke, but Stiko is brought down. Nafani's been so prolific in these rounds. He's just untouchable, and he'll keep on going. Martin holding the angle. Farlig's defending at least his left flank. Nafani will also fall. Farlig gets the flick, and now it's all up to Inters. Inter's still top fragging for his team, but he needs to come through with more. Shiro is backing him up, letting him go down and plant the bomb. Shiro looks away, and Martin's been allowed to creep in. Shiro is tagged, but not enough. Shiro will find the kill. 3 versus 3. The CT's all funneling in from connector. Crystal moving in from the side, trying to find them. They don't know where he is. Inters will fall. Hobbit will take the duel and win it outright. Smokes himself off as well. He knows the bomb is planted for him. Shiro playing from around the green train, realizes that it's more likely than not going to be a fake to come through. Grenade goes forward. Hobbit's is doing whatever damage he can. Zen is pushing in. The shadow is visible, but it's all down to Shiro, and he's got the flick. Zen's got 12 HP. Shiro switches out. The Molotov is there. Shiro will throw it down. Zen knows he can't get it done, and Gambit youngsters in their 40th round are still
to his enemy. He's trying to shimmy around the green train. He's weaving in and out. Nafani's found the first duel, however. Martin immediately gets the equalizer, but he's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. The Molotov is there. He has to watch out for Nafani. His barrel is spotted, so the duel should be guaranteed. That Molotov should be a little too much for him. Martin, with only 2 points of health, will eventually fall. It all comes down to Farlig.
Farlig in the 1v3, doing what he can, but he knows the odds are stacked up against him. Farlig comes in, finds the first. He's looking for more, hunting even. He's got the second inters. His legs were barely visible. It's down to a 1v1, and Hobbit, the one advantage he has is positional. Farlig will not be expecting Hobbit to start peeking out. Farlig will not get it done. Gambit youngsters are on map point.
Gambit, they can close it out right away, or they can take it further to the distance. And he gets peeked out by Shiro. What an aggressive duel for him to be taking. Modern now going up the short ladder, immediately trying to get the equalizer, but Nafani's already there. And now Gambit youngsters, they've already nestled themselves into position where they can win this round off of. And the retake should be next to impossible.
Hobbit's found himself that first one as well. 5v3. Godsent. They know they need to start pulling out something big. Crystal has got the first kill. Shiro and Inter still in very deadly position. Shiro will peek out, knows where Seiko is. Repeat comes in. Seiko's down. Martin's alone. Martin to fall. 22 and 20. Gambit youngsters take the map. Godsent was destined to win out. We're going to have to be back in just a bit. It's going to be map number 2, Dust 2. And we'll see how it gets resolved. Gambit youngsters looking very good. And with this, it all comes down to Axel, who's been flashed up initially. He's taking the initial peek and will not get the kill immediately, which is what he wanted. Axel still waiting for the bomb plot to come in. Full retake is on from the CT side. Now the B side anchor starts rotated back, and Modern with a P250 is going to be a very big threat to consider. Secondary smoke even comes in. Crystal will be able to give them a second angle to work off of. This is so well played. Modern gets up close and personal. They can't see him, and they have completely ripped apart Gambit youngsters. That is beautiful. Just one in a 1v1 or one after they'd lost all their players, then they couldn't get a buyout later on. And Axel, now that he's punished Tico initially, and because they found so many kills before, Modern somehow gets 2 though. And now we'll start to see whether Godsent puts a bit more priority on saving guns on their T side as well.
Godsent already gotten 2 kills. Tico has been traded out, but with how little utility Gambit youngsters have, save for Nafani, of course, who's fully stacked, it'll be very difficult to hold down the line. Hobbit playing up close and personal, and the question is whether or not his barrel has been spotted, because he did peek out earlier. He gets the first frag and even the second, which is next to impossible if you're playing with the M4A1S. Modern's already gotten 4, and this could even be the ace for him. Inters now trying to chime in. He's over on top mid, but he doesn't go for the retake. And you know what? I'm actually not sure if he's just not going for the retake or whether or not he thought that it was potentially A. I know you said that initially that it would be a pretty competitive game, because simply Godsent just have a lot more firepower, which they can capitalize off of. But if this keeps going this way, I don't know, man. It could even go convincingly in the way of Godsent, but Nafani's gone crazy. He's found 2 through the door.
Well, Shiro fully blinded up. 50 seconds and the clock's ticking down. The T's have not got the members. And Inters, he takes down the bomb. Now Godsent is just waiting for him to start peeking in. Inters is playing this perfectly. Shiro, though, he's not going to be able to find anyone. Martin gets another. Shiro trades, and Stiko will be left in a 1v4. We didn't see Stiko having the same kind of punch and train that we wanted from him, but maybe he can clean up just a bit more.
Very, very soon, Stiko uses that supportive flashbang to come out wide. Axel finds the first frag, and his teammate will be coming around the corner as well to try to support. He's gotten 3, and Axel just getting frag after frag. He doesn't even need any contest. He doesn't need any teammates there. Godsent still trying to desperately respond. Farlig knows that there's still a player in that position. He'll eventually burn up, and even from the grave, he's clutching at the legs of Farlig. He's still trying to take him down with him.
So right at his tracks. He's 100% confident. He's just saying, yeah, I know the flames aren't going to spread anymore. Come at me. He will be taking the peek wide. Beautiful shot. Shiro has been eliminated. And with that, although Inters chimes in for 1, the pistols are what overwhelms Inters. And Martin is already on the bomb side. Martin could be winning this single-handedly. His second tap is there. And it's a 3v2. And that's what I'm talking about. Elite level players allowed to go ham. And ham he does.
Yeah, but we have another elite level player coming through for the retake. Smoke goes out, flashbang available as well, and he does not have a kit, so it'll be significantly difficult for him, and they're playing this to perfection. They're not peeking out just yet. He's allowing Stico to just watch the angle. Hobbit, he spots the head, and there it is. The trade comes in immediately. Farlig doesn't even let his teammate go down in that instance. Farlig trying to peep over the smoke, but Shiro will eventually find him, enters. Flashbang is there for him, and he goes for a nasty spray down, but
it is nasty, literally.
Yeah, it is nasty. Very, very sloppy as well.
Martin gets one in the meanwhile. He's never sloppy. Shiro not missing his shot, not being baited out, gets the kill afterwards and enters, although he's caught off. The big man in the back lines is Stico, who's found himself another. It's a 1v2 suddenly possible. But Shiro, he's going to be scoping inward soon enough to mid. By the time he gets there, it'll be too little too late. Stico trying to get the bomb plant and expecting that Hobbit would have rotated, but Hobbit is the ultimate B-side anchor.
Hobbit playing very up close. He should be able to dodge the flashbangs, and Farlig will be peeking right into him. Stico is able to get the refrag, but Shiro trades as well. The B site not being contested because Godsent is forced to back off after those initial frags, and although Hobbit has fallen, Gambit youngsters have significant control, but Crystal has suddenly changed that. He's gotten out, he's gotten Nafani, but Inters responds, and with Axile's flank, this should be the round for Gambit youngsters, I would like to say, but Godsent, they both seem to be going from CT now, trying to double it up, but he's been spotted. Shiro knows exactly what his position is, so now they're going to double up. They want to take this duel on car. Madden peeks out, but he might not just be getting the accuracy required for this, and the M4s win out.
Nafani's been going for that nade pretty consistently. It hasn't done that much damage, but this time it catches off Zen and does 53 damage. Zen peeks out regardless of that damage, will find the kill, but Nafani can trade nicely. Shiro's trying to back off. He's not going to be able to. Crystal catches him off because of sloppy movement, and Axel now dodging the flashes, doing what he can up close and personal. They might not be expecting him to be here. He takes a duel, but he can't get more than one. Crystal will fall to the Molotov. Martin gets another, and Nafani now has to get the 4K to get the clutch.
Still defendable by Farlig, but he's not playing for long. He's just playing for the kill here. Comes in for CT, cleans Nafani up.
Rotation back towards CT spawn. I wouldn't mind if Intus just dropped down and gave him a chance to start heading back up. And Nafani is caught off Zen, and Farlig is the one to trade it away. Still, CTs are not too unhappy about this.
One bullet either, because he does have full HP. Unlike Hobbit, Shiro, does he land this? He finds the first shot. Stico is low as well. He lands the shot regardless, and it's a 1 versus 2. It's Modern that you want on the clutch, but Modern has been taken out of it immediately. 9-5.
Shiro, meanwhile, waiting for this push to come through from short. Shiro's got everyone coming in. He's found the first kill, and he's going to be re-scoping out from the other side of the ramp. Gets on top of the boxes, but there's too many shots being missed. The Molotov is late. Shiro is trying to get behind the boxes. He knows Crystal's right around the corner, but who wins this duel out? He misses the shot, and Crystal refaces, but is punished by Axel. A 4v3, and the bomb's going down. Nafani's got a grenade. Where's he coming in from? When is he coming in? The CT's actually managed to cross. It's Axel to go into Zen's waiting on. Stico with the AWP is caught out by Nafani, and with Stico going down, it's a 2v3. The CTs just have to play the numbers, just have to play the trades, and that's exactly what they're going for. Nafani's done yet another one, and it will be Intus to put the cherry on top. 6th round on the board for Gambit youngsters.
Nafani, flashbang and smoke. Gambit youngsters, of course, not opting for too much utility, but the CT side, they've gotten very aggressive on mid. Zen and Stico have gotten up close, but they know that Stico is still there as well. But Stico's landing shot after shot. He's armor as well. Flashbang comes through. He's just trying to delay it so his teammate can start to chime in. The first shot is hit, but Axel responds. 2-on-2, and the retake is doable, but there is no kit available.
Oh, Martin's coming in from behind, and he needs to find the first shot, but he's been tagged immediately. They're getting aggressive, but Martin punishes that very aggression. Shiro's the one with the P250. He has to clutch it out, but Crystal wins the duel. If that P250 had been in the hands of Axile, they win that. Will be going for a run boost as well. Smokes flashes come through. There's 18 seconds. Farlig still peeking in. He's got the first kill and the second as well. Although Hobbit's good for one, the double peek is what takes them forward to a 3v3. Martin on the side is instrumental in guaranteeing them yet another kill. The bomb can't be planted though, and they need that last kill. Crystal's inside middle, and these two players, because they can't actually...
Now, Gambit youngsters, they seem to be committed to the B site, and there's no utility to stop them either. Hobbit, first man in. Crystal is looking for his nades to try to smoke himself out, but it takes too much time. Crystal will fall, and Farlick is trying to desperately respond, but Hobbit will be the goblin that scoops him up as well. 5 versus 3.
And I feel like sometimes that's the kind of team you need to be to guarantee yourself.
But he's not really going for those kinds of duels. He's playing it incredibly passively, which means that Gambit youngsters is being allowed so much space, which shouldn't be allowed on a map like Dust 2. Now, Farlig will immediately get tagged up. Hobbit is there for the trade. Axel finds a kill on Madden as well, but Crystal is yet to be found. Crystal is trying to track Hobbit. He's taken too much time, so he should be taken away. Shiro finds the kill, and that is Tico left to his lonesome. And this should be the inevitable 10-11. Gambit youngsters. Oh, they're just trying to go for early information, but this might not be early enough because Gambit youngsters are being allowed too much of an opportunity. Inters has already crept forward and he's able to get himself into CT. They're still expecting a B-side hit, but most of the attention will be on A. The bomb starting to finally chime in. Farlig, he has to land these first few shots. Although Gambit youngsters has already lost 2 players, they still do have a shot in this round. 25 seconds. Something needs to be done fast, and Axel is looking to get it done. Farlig, however, quick denial, misses a second shot, and Nafani's there. He's there on the trigger, and he's able to find the player immediately. Nafani, unorthodox angle, tries to get up, but there's the retake. 2 very quick frag.
Primary and secondary opera back in the day too. But Crystal, he finds the first kill. He's backed off to safety. Repeats out, but the flashbang means that Inters will take him down. Smoke comes through, and with all the players being as far away as they are, Axel's positioning could be the difference maker. He's coming in from behind now. He's going to try and get the big old lurking flank. And Farlig will be his victim if Axel chooses to drop down. Farlig is just trying to make sure no one can come in from mid later on. He's even gone over. Axel will not be hurt. Axel sees 1. Axel sees 2. He can't get either one of them. Axel may have just thrown away the entire round right there. Nafani and company now have to defend from inside the side. Shiro's been mollied into a corner. They're not going to be expecting the positioning as Shiro takes down Stico. Will be needing to peek out soon. Inters is doing all the work on his own. He's got 3 kills. Farlig waiting for the peek to come. He's looked away, and Inters is able to punish with 4 kills.
Oh, Axel might have actually spotted him.
Oh, what is that shot? Axel tears apart Farlig's head. That's just a crouch be coming in, and Zen, he's got an aggressive in the meanwhile. Good old W plays, but Stico needs to be so afraid of the grenades. 4 versus 3. Zen trying to come back up from short. He knows he's going to be so instrumental, but the bomb will be planted. By the time the Molotov comes over, it'll be too late, and Nafani's got an in position to deny any sort of control from short from coming through. Crystal will fall initially. This could be the disaster of the CT side. Martin looked inside CT spawn while Zen tries to back off, and Nafani is in hot pursuit. Martin tagged up as well. Both players will reconvene. It is the defense that is on, but if the AWP falls, that's going to be huge. Martin, he's spotted out. He scopes in. He can't keep the AWP alive.
Their economy simply isn't enough to now have the initiative that they need. W plays, but can this amount to a solid defense? He has to swing out now.
And Martin's pushing in. Zen's got himself the first kill. 10 seconds on the clock. There just isn't enough time. The CTs now need to be warned against. Zen on the side will fall. 4 seconds. They don't have time. They're trying to get the bomb planted. Martin just has to stay alive, and he does do so for long enough. Godsent. They take a sip of the poison chalice. They will win out a round. They will be given a chance more to work with. Stico now just needs to wait, but the Molotov comes in. He's going to be flushed out of the position that he's trying to hold. He's been taking so much damage. Axel gets the kill. Zen from down below, he's fighting away, gets himself a quick one, and that's the headshot that'll give him a chance, but he can't deny the bomb plant. With 12 seconds left, Gambit youngsters have got the bomb down, and now the retake is on from the CT side.
They're coming in from CT spawn. Zen has found another. This might just be the lifeline. Farley gets one as well. Nafani has to individually try to hold this down because Axel is being tagged up. Nafani misses the first few shots. Zen has granted them the lifeline, and there it is. The 15-15 from Godsent, and that, need I remind you guys, is off of that one delay from Madden.
If you start waiting too long, well, that's when the Molotovs start raining too. That's when the smokes are going to come in. Nades are going to come in. And that nade is doing a lot of damage already. They're moving directly in. And Martin is blinded up. Martin, again, secondary flash will catch him off. They don't have a way of shutting him down, though. He misses a shot, and that's how they get the kill. Zen pushed through. Typical Zen, but he's been punished finally.
To get an initial frag early on, the smoke will be deployed to allow Stiko the mobility to move in. Shiro finds the first frag, and now it's all down to Stiko. 1-on-2. Molotov to stop him, keep him off of the bomb, and Seiko's coming in. He's found the first fight. He's looking for the fight in tunnels as well. He misses the spray. He's desperately getting onto the bomb, but the bomb should be denied by Hobbit. There is not ample time, and there it is. Even finishes it off with style.
They know on the CT side they need to get out at least 2 rounds at this point. Otherwise, Gambit youngsters should be able to do at least 1 on there. Zen finds 1 immediately. Axel moves in. He's going to keep on fighting back for the second kill, but Zen's got the refrags for days. And then we're talking. Then, you know, suddenly things become a bit more doable. The problem is Shiro's got an AWP, so you can't even scope in. You can't even hard scope forward. And Martin, who's found the bomb, will be guaranteeing them the round.
Right now, the problem is that Gambit youngsters have been incredibly successful on their T side and not their CT, and this is where their mettle is really tested. Once they get on overtime, it might be a little bit more favorable for Gambit youngsters, but now they're falling to the same pitfall. They're allowing Godsent to play it at their own pace, and the short push will be coming in, but the time has been stretched thin. There is significant utility damage. They're just pushing out wide. Crystal will be the first man in. Shiro immediately responds, and he can just hold down the angle.
Oh, Shiro, he can't hold down the angle. That's the problem. He misses a shot, but enters. He steps up quite literally to find himself too. Stiko does the same though, and now he's got the double or nothing, and he's got the chance. Both these players so low, but the time. It's been so many rounds where the time just doesn't work out for the T-side team.
Now they're trying to recollect themselves. Axel moving in from CT. He does have a smoke as well to immediately take out the Molotov, but he doesn't want to give that up just yet. He wants to keep that to be potentially able to defend it from long. And now they're starting to move in. Nafani over from short. Axel comes in from CT. He has to get both Modern and his teammate. Nate comes out. Zen will press W. He goes forward. 1 versus 3. Enters is left all alone. He stepped up so huge. He gets the second frag as well. He almost gets the spray down. But Zen, with the denial, saves the round for his team. And that's 4 kills for him. 1-1. Godsent are able to save themselves on Gambit youngsters' map pick. Shelf boost comes through from Madden to try to get a cheeky duel in. Axel yet to reveal his position. It will be Inters that takes the first duel should it come through. Flashbang and smokes come out. Inters knocked out of position. Axel, quick little 2 taps, and he's pretty much destroyed the push before it even happens. He's even down for more. He finds a 3rd one. He's looking for more action, but he even gets the 4th there. He gets the 5th as well, and that's the ace to start things off for Axel. I didn't think he'd make it past 2 or 3, but he gives us the ace instead.
Creeping around the corner. AK in hand. Enters on the MP9. Has cut off Zen, taking him down. Stiko also to fall. Axel will be traded. In the meanwhile, the big bad raid boss is now.
They don't make any mistakes. Modern, he's playing around the generator, so he can still kite around them. He pulls out utility, so he should be caught off. Inters finds the opening frag. Crystal immediately responds, but the spray is unsuccessful, and Farley has found him, and he's expecting the player in the back lines as well. Hobbit gets the kill, and he doesn't have a kit. Oh man, he tried to find it in the smoke as well. He was looking for something that maybe his teammates had bought up. Nafani, he's got enough. Very close, but he gets punished, and it is Modern to dish out the damage yet again. Hobbit is trying to play around the smoke off of the scaffolding, but will they end up checking for him? Stiko, before he can respond, he's picked up both Stiko and Modern.
Right now, apparently, Hobbit is going to peek out. Great flashbang, but it's Zen and Crystal to still come out on top. Shiro's revealed his position as he drops down from the super box, and nades will follow through. Flashbang to keep Shiro at bay, and as Shiro tries to frag in, that's just not going to be possible. Zen around the corner. There's a USB. Will not do enough damage in just the 1 fell swoop, but instead it's Axel to provide backup, and Crystal left in the 1v2. He's waiting for the push to come in, but instead he takes aggression himself. He's getting onto their faces, and Shiro is forced to peek out of on top of the super box, and he will be able to get the defuse.
Getting a little aggressive. and he finds success. He's found the first duel, and Stiko's trying to peek out wide, but the smoke is good enough for cover. He manages to get a few shots in onto Modern before he will fall, and now it'll be down to Inters to potentially hold down the B site alone while he's waiting for the rotation. He's done quite a bit of work. The bookshelf spam will come through to fruition, and he's held down the line long enough.
Oh no, and Afani's cut them off. Stiko will drop the bomb. With that, the flashbang will also be there. Smoke comes out, a minute left on the clock. Martin revealed his position by shooting in, but Zen's pushed through. Classic Zen's got two. Inters is now going to be trying to catch them off as well. Zen coming around the corner will find Inters, takes him down, 3 kills for him so far, and now Shiro's got to be the big man. Bombs being planted. If Martin can be taken down, that would be huge. Bring it back to a 1v1, but Shiro's missed all the shots. Fires a bit too late. That should have been a headshot. It looked like it was primed perfectly, but Shiro keeps himself alive. Hobbit around the corner, spots out the players, gets aggressive, but Zen is the master. He gets himself 3 kills, and with that, the round is guaranteed. I know I said it was Granddaddy Axel, but Zen's making a bit of a case for himself on the family tree. If there's a flashbang to allow him to get aggressive, maybe that could be big. But Axel just doing it the old-fashioned way, finds only one, but Inters in the back lines is there to assist him for the second. Shiro need to come out big. There's only a flashbang amongst them, but Shiro, what a shot!
Move ahead, then they're probably not expecting that angle. He might just end up being behind Inters, but Inters is wise to his tricks. He might just be watching out for this. Modern, he finds himself in between 2 players, and he's able to find the first frag. Inters will not be dropping the ball, however, as he picks up both. Very good defense from Inters, and really good backup to his teammate that needed it.
Godsent. Flashes come in to try and clear something out. Nafani will even smoke off Ali, so this will have to be a lot of aggression from the D side should they want to catch him off. He is backing through the Molotov. Not much damage dealt though. Martin will catch up Inters, who try to get information. Nutty flick from Shiro comes in, and it's a 3v3. 48 seconds. Shiro needs to continue stepping up, and Nafani's positioning is everything. As he turns around, Crystal is able to take his life away. Shiro not giving the backup that his teammates need, and Crystal's been tagged up, but they don't have a nade to finish him off.
Now Shiro, he knows where the player is on Ali, but Zen has found him. Zen has done it before. And Axel is left to his lonesome. He has to get the 1 versus 3 if he wants to make it work, but the crouch peek is a little bit too much for him. Stiko finds the frag, and that's 8-7 for Godsent. But now what I'm really interested in.
Stiko's positioning could just be coming out to bite him. He wants to get aggressive as well at the same time, but he needs to find Nafani. Nafani's just trying to fight away. Crystal in the meanwhile gets one. Stiko, another clean headshot. Axel shuts him down. 4 versus 3. No grenades, but the CTs have utility to smoke off the sandbag spread, smoke off the ramp position. Farley gets the great shot in the wide swing, and it's a 4 versus 2. Can Gambit youngsters get this done? Shiro scouts out Crystal. Crystal without armor really doesn't want to be the one going for the defuse. Hobbit fighting away. What a shot from him, but a second will not be there. Shiro still trying to find something inside the smoke. Crystal with just 10 HP, no Kevlar, nothing whatsoever. Gets it done regardless, and although Shiro's found himself a kill, it's not the one he was looking for.
Hobbit, early Molotov to try to contest scaffolding, and you can already see that Godsent are playing a very different style. They're taking control of ramp, but Hobbit knows where the player is. He spammed through the wallbang, and Afani finds one as well. It's a 5 versus 3. Modern wants to try to get the equalizer, and the smoke forms a bit of a one-way, so he's trying to shimmy around that angle, but they know that he might just weave in, so Hobbit is watching the angle, and Modern has crept forward. The Molotov won't be there to keep him at bay, but he still manages to find Hobbit regardless. Modern waits it out, pixel perfection, and is able to back off. He's still alive. He's still
to follow to try and punish, but obviously, you know, we've got X-rays, we've got hindsight, we've got everything. That's just maybe. There were very few.
And allow Gambit youngsters to make their own move. Ramp has been fully taken control of, but on the flip side, there's 4 CT players ready and waiting as well. Nafani's fallen. Somehow, Farlig has swung out wide and found 2 headshots, and Modern's done some damage as well. Farlig is still alive and kicking, and he might have just done too much kicking for Gambit youngsters to recover from. Axile, he has gotten a kill, but he's only on 3 HP, and Inters is trying to come in from the side. Stiko, unable to be fragged out. It'll all come down to Axile, and while Farlig wasn't really stepping up, he stepped up huge.
you're going to see the other way around as well, and that's exactly what's coming through. Godsent now have put Gambit youngsters onto a very poor buy. Crystal waits for the push to come through, can't get the kill initially, and they've gotten so aggressive. Nafani finds one, but not before Crystal can do the same. Martin comes in from the side, will be trying to deny the bomb plant, but is unsuccessful as the bomb will go down, but Seiko is there to provide him some backup. 2AK is still alive and kicking, catching players out with grenades in their hands. Zen is now left to get this 1v1, which he simply can't get done. Hobbit will at least continue his form into the second half. Flying around these corners, waiting for the push to come through. Stiko's found himself the first, that's the bomb denied. Peeks in again, but Nafani with the jumping shot coming in will take him down. 4v3, Nafani's been tagged, Adsal gets another one, but the spray is perfect from Farling. He's got the wallbangs in, can they get another? Zen from behind, comes in with the MP9, he's saving the behinds again. 1v1 for Axel, he's getting everything done. But can he get the finisher? 15 seconds. Zen with an AK. The big man himself. And he can't get any bigger. Gambit youngsters will not be allowed to take the lead again.
Watching for the concrete, but Madman is the man to watch. The Molotov will be perfectly timed because it will keep them at bay. But with only 30 seconds, they're pushing forward. Martin trying to desperately catch a few shots in there, and he's gotten the right wallbang spot, but there's nobody planting just yet. And with only 20 seconds on the clock, they need to do something fast. Farlig spots the bomb planter, but there's no way they're denying it this time. Farlig has gotten a dent in, but this retake will be very hard. Martin, he's getting work done, but both teams have now backed off. There's no smoke for them. Nafani's picked up an AK. Can they get this done? Martin will fall. And in the position that Farlig is in, he might just have to back off. Money not looking amazing on the CT side either.
It's the difference between pride. It's the difference between dignity. It's the difference between whether or not Gambit youngsters will be given a free last round. And Nafani, he wants it. He wants it. He can practically taste the victory. Blood is in the water, and it's time for Nafani to circle. They find 2 kills. It's just Stiko left. Stiko jumps up, and sure, he gets one in. But he knows he needs to fight his way out to save the day. He knows he needs to take this AK forward. But can he do it? Gambit youngsters, they are sharks. And Stiko is just a small little guppy. The menace is still there. 3 players have still rotated over, and these rotations will soon be punished. Gambit youngsters are now en route towards that B bomb site. Farling playing the off angle. Can he get anything with this M4? No utility to go with it. Goes for it, but Inters looks up to the heavens and pulls him back down to earth. 3 versus 5. And it's all in Godsent's hands. Crystal's MP9, no HP. Zen to 4, Crystal to get 1. Martin in a 1v4. He has heard the sands of time run out. And Gambit youngsters should be able to come out over here unless Martin gets the clutch of a century. Martin moving in. 57 HP, no utility, smoked off. Plenty of firepower, and when he drops down, Nafani knows he can start spraying through, but Nafani is going to hold himself back. Nafani knows he's creep past. Nafani turns around. 16-12. Gambit youngsters are the champions of the Reload Media 9-5 Cup number 4. $35,000 moving forward, and Gambit youngsters have taken it away.